It started with something small. So small that I almost ignored it. I was at the grocery store, standing in line doing what I had done 100 times before. I placed my items on the counter. The cashier gave me the total. I reached into my wallet and handed over my bank card. The machine beeped. The girl said, "Sir, your card was declined." At first, I laughed it off. Machines fail. Cards get demagnetized. These things happen. I tried again. Declined. The cashier looked at me with polite confusion. Not suspicion, just uncertainty. I felt a familiar heat rise to my face. That quiet embarrassment that comes from being unsure what's wrong, but knowing everyone is waiting. I apologized. Said I would sort it out. I paid with cash and left the store, telling myself it was nothing. Outside, I stood by my car and looked at the card in my hand. It looked the same. No cracks. No damage. That should have been my first warning. Later that afternoon, I stopped by the pharmacy. Same routine. Same card. Declined. This time, I felt a flicker of concern. Not fear. Just confusion. I checked the date. Not expired. I checked my wallet again, as if the answer might be hiding there. That evening, I called my son. He answered quickly. I told him what had happened. He didn't sound alarmed. If anything, he sounded reassuring. "It's probably just a temporary block," he said. "Banks do that sometimes. I'll look into it." That sentence calmed me. Temporary. That word again. I trusted it. I went to bed that night believing it would be resolved by morning. It wasn't. The next day, I tried to withdraw cash from an ATM. Declined. That was the moment the feeling changed. This wasn't an inconvenience anymore. It was a pattern. I stood there longer than I should have, staring at the screen after it returned my card. I felt something unfamiliar settle in my chest. Not panic. Uncertainty. I went home and waited. Hours passed. No call. I told myself he was busy. He worked long hours. He had responsibilities. By the end of the day, I called him again. This time, it rang longer before he answered. "I'm still checking," he said. "It takes time. Don't worry." I didn't argue. I didn't want to seem impatient. I didn't want to seem ungrateful. But something had shifted. For the first time, I realized that I couldn't fix this myself. I couldn't walk into the bank and resolve it without help. I couldn't access my account. I couldn't even see what was happening. That night, I sat at my kitchen table and thought about how easily routines disappear. One day, you pay your bills without thinking. The next, you're wondering who has permission to stop you. I searched through my drawers and found the folder my son had brought weeks earlier, the same one. I opened it and looked at the document again. I didn't understand most of it. But this time, I noticed something I hadn't paid attention to before. My signature wasn't alone. There were other names on the paper, signatures I didn't recognize. That's when the discomfort turned into something sharper. I wasn't just being helped. Things were being done for me, without me. The next morning, I went to the bank in person. I stood in line and waited my turn. When I explained the issue to the teller, she typed quietly on her computer. Her expression changed, not dramatically, just enough. She paused, looked at the screen again, then back at me. "I'm sorry," she said. "I can't discuss this account with you." I laughed softly, thinking she was mistaken. "It's my account," I said. She nodded. "I understand. But there's someone else authorized here." Authorized. That word landed harder than I expected. She explained that access had been restricted, that certain permissions had changed. I asked who had made the change. She didn't answer. She couldn't. I left the bank without raising my voice, without demanding answers. I walked to my car and sat there longer than necessary. That was the moment I understood something fundamental. My card hadn't stopped working because of an error. It had stopped working because someone else was now deciding when it should, and I hadn't been part of that decision. I went home and placed the card on the table. I stared at it. It wasn't broken. It wasn't expired. It was controlled. And for the first time since my wife passed away, I felt truly alone. I picked up the document again. This time, I didn't look at the signature. I looked at the words, and I realized I didn't know what I had agreed to. If you think stories like this should be told, you can support the channel by liking this video. If you want to keep watching, subscribe to the channel. A new episode every day. Cool doesn't always mean fair.